Welcome everyone to a special series. We're focusing on what it means to be an alt link here at Alter.
Yeah, Alter, our marketing and advertising agency, we're all about that vision, right? To be
Yeah.
known as the home of limitless creativity.
Exactly. And today we're going to, dive deep into one of our core values, end-to-end ownership, or E2E ownership.
Right. The definition we use is pretty straightforward. I hold myself accountable for my work and do not shift blame onto others.
Simple words, but there's a lot packed into that, isn't there? It's not just a slogan.
No, definitely not. It's really fundamental to how we operate, how we collaborate, how we actually achieve that limitless creativity.
So let's unpack it. What does E2E ownership really truly mean for us as alt links?
Well, I think the first thing is it's more than just, delivering a task and wiping your hands clean. It's about standing by it.
Standing by it, like
Yeah.
really owning the outcome.
Precisely. Taking full responsibility for your output, your contribution, and crucially also owning the process you used to get there.
Okay, process two. And I guess communication fits in there somewhere.
Big time. Owning your communication is vital. Are you clear? Are you proactive? People need to know what's going on.
And what about when things, don't go perfectly? Because let's be real, that happens.
Absolutely. And that's maybe the most critical part of E2E ownership. It's not about being perfect. Mistakes are part of growth, part of pushing boundaries.
Right, so it's not about never messing up.
Not at all. It's about what you do next. It's stepping up. It's about taking the initiative when a mistake happens.
Okay, so stepping up looks like what?
It looks like first being honest. Honest about what went wrong without making excuses.
No finger pointing.
Zero finger pointing. Then it's about actively working toward a solution.
Mm.
Not just identifying the problem, but driving the fix.
And learning from it, I assume,
Yeah.
so it doesn't just keep happening.
Exactly. That's the
Yeah.
end-to-end part,
Yeah.
Learning from it to prevent it next time, that's real accountability.
Okay, this is making sense. But maybe some examples would help cement it. Like, what does this look like in our daily work here?
Sure, sure. Imagine a designer. Okay. They see a project might get delayed.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just like hoping for the best,
Yeah.
they proactively flag it. They explain why it might be delayed. And importantly, they come with a suggestion, a solution to try and keep things on track or manage the impact.
Okay, proactive communication and a solution. I like that. What about, say, a copywriter?
Right. Let's say a copywriter spots a typo in something after it's published. Annoying, right?
Ah, yes.
The E2E approach, they don't just ignore it or hope someone else catches it. They jump on it immediately. Correct it, no fuss, no excuses, just fix it.
Taking action. Got it. How about in client-facing roles? That can be tricky.
Yeah, good one. Okay, maybe a client success exec gives a client slightly wrong info, causes some confusion. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
E2E means owning that internally first, figuring out what happened, then proactively reaching out to the client, clarifying, taking responsibility for the misstep, realigning expectations.
Yeah. Okay. Owning it both internally and externally. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Performance marketing. We deal with data. Things fluctuate.
Yeah, perfect example.
Yeah.
A performance marketing exec sees campaign numbers dip. Instead of just, reporting the bad news.
But they got to do more than that.
Right. They take the lead, they dig in, diagnose why performance dipped, start testing solutions, and actively work to turn it around. That's ownership.
Taking initiative to investigate and fix. Okay, one more. Maybe something at the team leadership level?
Okay. Maybe a team leader realizes they missed a crucial follow-up. It happens. People get busy.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to sweep it under the rug or blame workload, they own it. They say, look, I dropped the ball here. They outline the immediate fix, and they share what steps they'll take so it doesn't happen again. Maybe a new process, a reminder system, whatever.
Sharing the learning, basically.
Yeah.
These are great examples. They really paint a picture.
Hopefully, yeah.
So just to be super clear then, we've talked about what E2E ownership is. What is it definitely not here at Alter?
Right. Important distinction. First off, like we said, it is not about expecting perfection all the time. Mistakes are learning opportunities.
So permission to be human.
Exactly.
Right.
And maybe even more importantly, it is absolutely not about pointing fingers or shifting blame when things go sideways.
That's the core of the definition, isn't it? Do not shift blame.
It is. Because blame culture, well, it just kills trust. It stops people from taking risks, from being honest. It slows everything down.
Yeah, if everyone's worried about covering their backs, you don't get much creative problem solving done.
You really don't. The focus shifts from fixing the problem to assigning fault. E2E flips that. The focus is identify, fix, learn together.
Creates a much healthier environment, I'd imagine.
Totally. Much more positive, much more productive.
So what are the big upsides then? When we all really embrace this E2E mindset, what changes for us for Alter?
Oh, the benefits are huge. First, teams just move faster. There's less waiting for permission, less second guessing. People feel empowered to act.
More
Definitely. And that builds incredible trust among colleagues. When you know people will own their stuff, good and bad, you can really rely on each other
That trust must make difficult situations easier to navigate too.
massively. It reduces tension. When something goes wrong, instead of defensiveness, you get collaboration toward a solution. It just lowers the overall stress level.
Yeah, I can see that. Less friction.
Less fiction, exactly. Which naturally leads to better collaboration across teams too. Silos start to break down when everyone feels that shared accountability for the end result.
So it really connects everything back to the bigger picture.
It does. Ultimately, E2E ownership here is about, well, integrity. It's about being proactive, not reactive.
And building that trust through your actions day in, day out.
Yes, it's how we foster a culture where everyone feels, empowered to own their work, learn from everything.
And bring that limitless creativity vision to life.
That's the goal. So, maybe something for everyone listening to think about. How can you lean into E2E ownership even more? What's one small change you could make?
Because that individual commitment, that's what really drives our collective success here at Alter.
Couldn't have said it better.
Great stuff. Thanks for breaking that down. And for everyone listening, stay tuned for the next part of our series where we'll tackle another key Alter value.